to say, then I would be careful about that. But, you know, normally the other actor I'm working with ends up dead, so it doesn't really matter.
Also, you're the only one that's branched out and really done movies without the makeup.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, yeah. You did a really different character lately.
Right, and now what's so nice is that smaller horror films offer me different kind of roles now because they know it's interesting to me if they present me with something funny, like a comedic role or just a nice guy. I'm like, yeah, I'd like to do that just because it's different. So, you know, it's expanded a lot that way too.
I think it was really interesting for me coming into the Ash franchise because we sort of diversified the franchise in a way with the character that it had never been done before. So, and that goes to what he was saying about diversity in horror as well. It's nice when you see something different and it can impact the story in a different way that's never been told before.
And would you kind of be still protective of your character though now that kind of the series is ended, if they came to you and like a couple of years down the line and they said, we're going to do a different version of this character, we're going to take it in another direction, would you be still protective of that, do you think?
If it was someone else?
Yeah.
I'd like to see someone trying to grow that hair out the way I did. I've got 3 mustaches on my face. Let's see what you got. That's what I say to that.
That is it. So we're going to open the questions down to you. So who would like it to answer questions in our panelists? There are 2 microphones there, and if the light is white, then it is you. If the light is blue, then it is not. So please feel free to pop one up and ask your question to any of our panelists if you have one, and then we will answer for you.
All right.
But there is kind of a theory that's floating around that horror is reflected, or the success of a horror film is reflected based on the time we're living in. So if we're living in a particularly peaceful time, people tend to not, they go to more of a fantasy type of movie. But if we're living in a time of uncertainty where people are worried about certain issues in their life, then horror has a resurgence again. How true do you think this is? And what are your personal thoughts on that for each of you?
You know, they say out of all times of conflict comes great art. So, at least in America, you know, we're in a state of division. So I think that's maybe one reason why there's so many good quality films coming out. Because people have to try to conceptualize what is this unknown thing that we're all facing. And, you know, in some ways horror can unify people. Because it's, you know, look, horror has always been considered the stepchild, the Hollywood stepchild. And we're all, in our own way, trying to elevate that status, either through longevity, or beauty, or youth, or passion, or just, why are you laughing, man? It's true, what I'm saying, okay? So, here we are. It's cutting off my thought, Kane, and getting in my head. Stay out of my head, okay? Come on, folks. You guys don't have any questions out there for us? We've all come all the way. Please, don't worry about it. You don't want to go there.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Look who's coming up to the mic. But she's first.
Hey, Kate.
Hey, Alana.
My question is, Nightmare on Elm Street is my favorite horror franchise, so I just wanted to know what it was like being killed by Freddy Krueger.
Okay, so you guys are all gonna hate me. I never watched a Freddy Krueger movie until I was on set, and I was like, I should fucking check this out. And they literally, someone gave me a DVD of the first one, and I watched it in my trailer, and the next day I had this scene in Freddy vs. Jason where I'm chased around the boiler room before I get killed in a locker. And I had worked all night in an independent film about heroin-addicted prostitutes on downtown east side of Vancouver. It's a very, very tragic area. Until 8 in the morning, and my call time was 9 o'clock in the morning at an abandoned mental institution in Vancouver. So I went right from, you know, a very, very difficult neighborhood, downtown east side, just the worst of the worst
He's in park.
situations, and went right to work and did not sleep and was sort of in that like zombie zone. And I walked into my trailer and there was 8x10 black and white headshot of Freddy Krueger, this huge bouquet of flowers, and on the picture from Bob England it said, "To Katie, my favorite victim, love and death, Freddy." And I was like, oh, that's sweet. So like I know I'd just been thoroughly traumatized. And oddly enough, my brother Josh, who's here with me today, he went to a birthday party when he was young, and they decided they were going to play Nightmare on the Street, and my brother screamed and ran home. And so he's met Robert England a couple times now, but I didn't know what I was in. I was young, I didn't really watch horror movies back then, so I was like, okay, check this out, this is scary as shit, can't believe I'm doing this. And here he is chasing me around a boiler room, but he's also like the sweetest guy ever, so yeah, it was lovely and charming.
Thanks, Katie.
Thanks, Lena.
Not supposed to speak if you have that on.
Sorry. This is a question for everyone. You know, what would you say is your favourite horror film from the last few years, and what's about it stuck out for you?
I would have to say that my favorite horror film is Nightmare on Elm Street 1. I was just a huge Freddy fan.
Sorry, I meant from the last few years.
Sorry.
Maybe Get Out? Get
I love
Out?
The Quiet Place.
Get Out.
Quiet Place is extraordinary. I've run across John a couple times, and I know he's writing a new part 2 now. It was the silences were incredible. The family drama, it was just tightly. It was a good story, beginning, middle, and end.
It's escaping my mind, but it's like it was just out, and it has Ann Dowd and Toni Collette.
Hereditary.
Oh my God, it was so disturbing. So disturbing.
What about Mother? I think that's a horror film.
I mean, the end of Toy Story 3 thoroughly traumatized me, so.
I can't think of any that I really loved in the last few years. But this really doesn't have anything to do with that question, but I've just been judging on Hulu a competition of short films made by unknown filmmakers, and you know, someone wins a prize and gets an amount of money toward doing their feature film, and I was amazed at the quality of these films. They're 4 and 5 minutes long, and they are just incredible. And these are future horror film makers that just getting their start. So it'll be really amazing to see where they go with this, because I didn't think anything would be very good, to be honest. A 5-minute horror film, what can you do in 5 minutes? But they were really well done, so I mean, you should check them out. And that's not a promo for that, I'm just telling you, that's what I've been impressed with lately.
I'll talk about it.
Let me see you do the breathing. Not hear it, see it. Okay, never mind.
Safe to say, I think you look safe.
Hi, this is for Kane. When you did the Friday the 13th video game, was there any like innovative kills you thought, no, that's a stupid idea, let me make it better?
You know, first of all, trying to be scary while doing motion capture, which means I'm in spandex and have sensors all over me. I don't look particularly scary, or maybe I do because of that. But it was a whole different process. And we would do sometimes 40 kills in a day for the motion capture. There were so many kills and there's so much content that appears to not be able to make the game now because of the litigation. But the kills were designed, and even with doing the motion capture, it's very much like doing one of the films. The kill would be written, and very often I would add a little bit of flavor to it to make it more violent or more graphic or just more interesting, in my opinion. So pretty much, I'd say 3/4 of the kills I added things to, just little movements or something, just to make it a little bit more.
Just to make it more impactful.
Yes, and more fun for me. Whether it was a result of quality in the game, I don't know, but it was certainly more fun for me.
Thank you.
We're going to go to Deadpool next.
I had a question of, if you guys could pick what kind of horror series you want to be in at the moment, what would you pick to be in? If there's a particular kind of horror series at the moment you would really like to appear in. Like, there's a new Netflix series that just came out. It's House of Haunting Hell, I think it is. I'm not sure. But I've heard it's left a lot of people vomiting apparently.
I think TV series. Are you talking about?
TV or movie?
I think TV's gotten really good.
But TV series you want to appear in, like.
Oh, it's on now. Z Nation would be fun. I do like zombies a lot.
I don't blame you.
I got 2 pilots that we just finished. One is called Leap of Faith, where I play kind of an adventure angel. Wish us luck on that. And then we're also working on a horror reality series. It's gonna be fun. And I need to talk to you, Kane. No, it's going to be traveling to different countries, different cities, finding horrific incidents, and sort of being a horror psychologist of people, helping them come to terms with whatever happened. Our first episode takes place on the Colorado Bridge in Pasadena, California, one of the most beautiful bridges ever built. They've had over 155 suicides over 75 years. So we found one of the original survivors. She was actually thrown into the river by her mother, left for dead, and then the mother jumped in after her. The woman is now 86 years old. She's living in Vancouver, and we brought her down to confront that horrific. She has no memory of being thrown, but just being on the bridge brought up all kinds of things. So we got those 2 things happening. So I hope one of them makes it.
That actually sounds incredibly interesting to me, that whole idea, for real.
We have like a special car that we drive into cities with, and different conversations. Every episode is going to be completely different, but we'll see what happens. I've never done, I do a lot of television, but I never did a series regular because I'm a character actor. I like playing different characters. This is going to be cathartic, not only for me, but hopefully to the people that we interview and talk to, and leave with some kind of hope after a horrific incident.
As far as another character in a series of films, I've always wanted to play Michael Myers. Just because, he's one of the legends in the horror film world, and I always thought I could do an interesting version of Michael. I don't know if you've ever seen something called Driving Lessons. Adam Green did a Halloween short where I was Michael Myers being given driving lessons because they couldn't figure out how Michael got from place to place, and this is like how we learned how to drive a car. So Joel David Moore from the Hatchet movies was my instructor, so kind of a fun thing, but that doesn't really count as playing Michael in a film, because I obviously played Jason. I did the one shot as Freddy in Jason Goes to Hell, and I did several scenes as Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. So I'd like to play Michael as kind of the 4 staples.
I think it's a sequel to the newest one that to your interest.
I guess it's not it's not a television show, but I've always really wanted to remake Jacob's Ladder. I don't know if you're too young to know what that movie is, but Jacob's Ladder is one of my favorite movies.
From his grandfather, he heard about it.
Does he know who Led Zeppelin is?
Yes. Led Zeppelin. So let's say that.
Katherine, is there horror films that you'd like to be in?
I mean, I'm obsessed with Stranger Things. I would like to be in that. I'd also like to be in Hannibal season 4. Have we ever got that? Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got time for one final question for this gentleman here in the yellow jacket.
Hey guys, so thinking of horror, we always had great minds behind the movies like Kubrick or Carpenter, George Romero. Nowadays, if you look at guys like Jordan Peele with Get Out and James Wan, and the chances that a company like Blumhouse is taking on new directors and new minds that kind of get their identities in the movie, how do you guys see that, and how do you guys see the vision of one line, one auteur behind the movie being a great influence in horror nowadays, and in your view?
I don't understand the question.
I think he's asking, if I'm right, he's saying that Blumhouse Pictures are now becoming quite, and we go again, they've become quite a big player in the Hollywood industry with their latest kind of remakes, and they're buying up all the licenses and doing all the movies.
It's more that they're taking chances on new directors, and taking and giving chances for new people to come up with new views in movies, and how that in the past was a big thing because we had great directors and great people creating new ideas and that influenced horror throughout the ages. So how do you guys see that nowadays?
So I just worked on a Blumhouse anthology series for Hulu where it's 13 different movies produced by Blumhouse and all different directors, and it's different movies. I think that they're making so many movies they don't have enough scripts, but there's something that happens when you meet somebody the first day, when you meet them as a director, and you go to meet them and you don't know if this person's going to be good or not, but when you sit with them, when they tell you their story and they pitch the ideas for the character, there's just something that happens. And Blumhouse has an eye for that. And they're just really good at making good movies for very little money. So that's what I think about what they're doing.
Well, I think a lot of the, like Wes Craven started at Corman, and look at how he ended up, with big films. So it's like, they should take chances on young directors and newbies.
But Blumhouse does seem to have a knack for finding amazingly talented unknown directors, especially if they've written the material. And it can be amazing to sit with them, like he was saying about, you can feel the passion that sometimes you don't feel with an established director. You feel the confidence, but you don't feel the passion that a new filmmaker might have. So I like working with people like that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time I have for our Horror 3 Generations panel. Please join me in a massive round of applause for all our panelists. We have Kane, Hodder, we have Santiago, Katherine, Isabelle, Linnea, Quigley, and Todd.
Guys, come visit us at our tables.
And if you would like to see the tables, every go to our services, just over there.